In the process, they always say process oriented. It's not necessarily about results. However, how does a 2 game win streak help in the process?
I think I disagree with that because pro sports is all about outcome driven.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times you feel good about games and you lose, and nobody wants to talk about that. They want to talk about how you lost. And there's
Right.
some games where you might not play your best and you find a way to win, and people are happy because you win, right? So this is an outcome driven league, and pro sports is, but you're right. There is a thing in process and understanding that we are getting better,
Yeah.
understanding that we have belief in that room. Guys know how to close out games. Like I said, I think I told you guys after the game, our offense closed out the game in Montreal and our defense closed out the game last week. So the way to do it on all three phases, and we know our special teams, if it came down to that,
Yeah.
they could do it as well.
The good teams have to win the way you have won in the last 2 games. I always say, look, ugly win will beat pretty loss 10 times out of 10. But the good teams have to learn how to win this way.
Without a doubt. And an ugly win counts as 2 points, and a pretty loss counts as 0 points, right?
Exactly.
So for us to fight, we didn't do ourselves any favors. Now that we're in the middle part of the season, we have to win every game that's in front of us that we have the opportunity to. Now, there's going to be some games where things just don't go our way, but that's pro sports. We have to find a way to claw back. But what I'm most proud of in this team is we've made some mistakes over the last 2 weeks, but we've overcome those mistakes. And the previous weeks, we had a hard time overcoming those mistakes and winning football games. So when you're able to do that, I think it just pays dividends to your team, knowing that when we get in those situations again, there's that belief and nobody starts to panic, nobody starts to point fingers. And when you start having that in that locker room, which I believe we have, winning comes a little bit easier.
Yeah. I don't know what's left to say about Justin Rankin. Um, he's got more receiving yards than rushing yards. That being said, he had 92 yards rushing. That was nice to see.
Without a doubt. And we talk all the time. I tell them, look, the running game is never going to win you football games,
Yeah.
but it's going to close out games
Right.
and it's going to keep you on the field. And that's just the CFL, right? You drop back so many times. It's a 3-down league. Everybody understands that the running game is a big part of it, but teams can drop back every time and find ways to win games. You can't run the ball every play and win a game. It's probably just not going to happen. The biggest thing, though, and what I told them is, the fact that we had that kind of performance with running the ball, we get into some meaningful football games late October and hopefully into November. We understand we can get it done running the football, and he's a great back. Also, we understand if teams take away our running game, we can drop back and we can throw him the ball and find ways to get him implicated into the game plan. And so he's just such a dynamic player. He's got my vote for MOP, and he's an incredible player, and he's fun to be around, a great locker room guy, a good glue guy just to have in the locker room, and a guy that cares about ball. And I think I told you guys after the game, he's the smartest running back I've ever been around. Football IQ wise, he's the smartest running back I've ever been around. He's in the quarterback meetings, he's in the receiver meetings, he's listening to their splits, depths, and he's really taking in all the coaching.
Receivers, I thought Benjamin Victor had 2 good games in a row. Steven Dunbar had a sneaky good game on Friday, making some key catches. That catch he made right here near the dead ball line. And you guys are also, you got the receivers that are blocking as well.
Yeah.
Fun fact,
Hi, Trey.
he's 82 out of 100 overall.
Yeah, so the funny thing about Dunbar's catch is I didn't get to see it. I was laying on the ground. Rankin came up to me, he said, "Get up." I said, "Did we score?" And he said, "Yes." So then I was able to get up. But after watching it back, he made an incredible catch. And something that I think is underrated or not talked about enough is the amount of second down conversion catches that Dunbar made. There was one, we were 2nd and 10. He ran a curl route, wrapped around the linebacker, caught the ball. He got stuck pretty good, but got us into sneakable range. We snuck it. We got the first down. We stayed on the field. So that I thought Benjamin is someone I'm very comfortable with because we got so many reps together in training camp.
Yeah.
A guy that I got a lot of trust and a lot of faith in. He's an Ohio State receiver. Like some of the best receivers I've ever been around and that I know are Ohio State receivers. And so you can tell the more he understands the game, like the talent is there. Just the more comfortable he gets in this offense, the more comfortable he gets with the CFL game. He's just slowly got better week by week by week. And there was one throw I threw it. It was pretty much double coverage. And I was running to chase down a pick and he comes up with the play. And I was like, that's a hell of a play by him. So yeah, exactly. Never mind. I don't have to make a tackle. Thank you, Benjamin. So we got incredibly talented receivers, and I think we're starting to flow offensively with those guys. Everybody wanted to question our receivers early on, but what I thought they did so well in that game was they're super unselfish. Like they blocked on the perimeter, they opened up some big runs in the run game, and then when the ball came their way, they made plays.
Yeah. So, chance to get 3 in a row now in Ottawa at their house. It would be quite the feat.
I know how much this province loves hockey, so we're going for the hat trick, and that's the number one goal this week, and that's the challenge is trying to find a way to complete the hat trick. And obviously, it's two teams that are clawing, scraping, doing whatever we can for momentum at this point in the season. Both teams that are fighting for any position that we can make. So it's not going to be an easy task. If you look at their defense, they're ranked anywhere from 3rd to 5th in just about every category. So they're just a solid group. There's not really a weakness to their defense. They're just a well-oiled machine and just all around a good football team. So we're gonna have to go into their place. They're gonna be hungry coming off a tough loss against Winnipeg, and we got some momentum on our side. But those East trips are never easy, and winning on the road is very tough in this league. So we're excited about the challenge, and it's gonna be a tough one. I think it's gonna be one of those CFL fourth quarter tough finishes again, and I don't know how much my heart can take it, but when we win, it feels a little bit better.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Cody. Have a good one.